Hello, I'm Post-Punk Pixie, and welcome back to the Netflix horror flicks. This is the third film I'm looking at, going alphabetically. We've got all the way to AF for Afflicted. This is a film that I have not heard of before, I've got to say. Not sure if it's independent or I just hadn't been looking at the cinema listings that weekend, but yeah, this flew right under my radar. It's another found footage thing. Oh, joy. Yeah. Remember last time when I said I'm getting really tired of these? This is a good example of why. First of all, gotta say, I did actually quite enjoy this film. But the found footage thing doesn't quite work. The idea is that these two chaps, best friends, they've known each other for ages, are going to go on a round the world tour. The round the world tour seems to mainly involve Europe and Africa, or at least Egypt, so Europe and the Mediterranean, but hey ho, they're American. I guess that's the world. No, I'm sure I'm being rude. So they're planning to do this. They're planning on documenting the whole thing because it's going to be this great round the world tour. And then they discover that one of them has a rare brain aneurysm that could be incredibly dangerous, and it's kind of set up as though something bad is going to go down with this brain thing. So the idea is that they're filming their travels, they're filming themselves meeting up with their friends and shenanigans. Except there are a lot of points where you just kind of think, well, who is filming this? I mean, they spend a lot of time setting up. They have a gag about a strap-on, which is a sort of harness that the camera can go on. I'm assuming they're based on where the arms are moving, but it doesn't quite make sense for points. I mean, there's shots of them filming themselves, going to the doctors for this brain checkup thing. There's points where one of them is filming himself apparently over his shoulder while he's looking down at a computer, Skyping friends back home, and I can understand, the shots of the computer with the Skype, but I can't quite. Who is filming this? Where is this mystery? Maybe I'm being unfair, maybe there is just, they have more friends, they're just happening to turn up, but there are points where I can understand the found footage gimmick. There are points where, okay, chat wants to document what's going on, and as things get steadily more and more severe and we move into the horror section of this horror film, there are points where I can understand it, but there are points where I really can't. But anyway, if I'm going to talk about this film anymore, this is when the spoilers are going to kick in pretty soon. So I'll give you another sort of last minute spoiler warning in a second. So while these guys are on their travels, they go to Spain. It's lovely. Da, 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 da. They go to France. The friend decides while they're in France that he's going to try and hook up his sick friend with a girl. Is this the thing that guys do? Straight guys? Okay. It just seems like, diseases and things. I don't know. I don't know that many straight guys. Okay. I'm a goth. Straight guys don't really occur in my world. That's not true, but not young straight lads. maybe they do really behave like this. Maybe this isn't just something that happens on the telly. I don't know. But yeah, he gets hooked up with this girl, and then friend and some other friends who are in town decide they're going to cockblock this guy. They burst in. A sick guy has been hit on the head and is really beaten up, and the girl has vanished, and she doesn't seem to have stolen anything, but you know, scary. So they carry on with their journey, and the sick guy gets progressively sicker and sicker in ways that are not normal for a brain aneurysm. I mean, there's a scene earlier on where he's talking to his doctor, and the doctor tells him about, you know, the warning sign things that he ought to go to the doctor, seek help for. But these are things like projectile vomiting, skin bubbling up and burning, sleeping too much, very, very, very strange behaviours that aren't linked to what the doctor said. And this is where, spoiler, 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 if you're interested in this film and you don't want me to wreck the halfway point reveal, go and watch it now. I would say it's worth it. But if I'm going to talk about this anymore, I need spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. In the future, when I've actually putting a little bit more effort into these things, oh god, I'll put some sort of warning spoiler thing together. But editing is effort, man. Anyway, so last chance. If you want to go and see it, go and see it. The girl was a vampire. The V word is never used in film, which is always something I like. I mean, it reminds me of The Hunger, and I love The Hunger. Again, I'm a goth. I can't not love The Hunger. Yeah, they never say the V word. There are points where the two friends look at each other and say, if what is happening is what we think is happening, you're going to need to do X, Y, Z, but there's no, they don't say it. I am willing to allow the failures in the found footage gimmick purely because of the way they handled the whole vampire thing. I love vampires a lot. I'm sorry, I'm a cliche, but I do. And I have a soft spot for anything that sort of mucks around with the law. And this is a very sort of zombie-esque, you know, this is sort of feral Nosferatu, I Am Legend kind of, it's this kind of vampire. It's not suave and sophisticated, he becomes an animal, which is great. You know, you're slowly seeing this guy sort of devolve and discover his powers, and there are points where it's great and it's like he's got superpowers and he's punching through walls and he's lifting cars and it's great, and then there's times where he's throwing up and can't think straight, and yeah, this was a surprise fun one. I wouldn't say it's a great film. It's worth watching, especially if you've got Netflix. In that case, it's you know, it's on there. You've already paid for it. Go watch it. If you could find it, you know, in secondhand for £1 or something, I would say get it. Hell, you know, if you're really into sort of modern disease inspired vampire movies, then pay for it. Go see this. I'd say it is worth it. As I say, that there are points in the gimmick that don't work, but on the whole, you know, the acting's fairly solid. It sells the though the ending point seems really unconvincing. They just seem like ordinary awkward dudes, irritatingly rich dudes who can afford to go around the world, but dudes. So yeah, no, this is going to be a shorter one because I don't really actually have that much to say about it, but yeah, check this one out. I'm really bad at. I'm really bad at this because I keep thinking that this is like a mirror. It's not a mirror. My hands is like opposite. This is bizarre to me. Anyway, thumbs up to The Afflicted. Actually, do you know what? In terms of the setup and even the name, it reminds me a bit of The Addiction, which, if you haven't seen, is a great vampire movie. Check that one out if you can find it. It's not on Netflix, unfortunately, otherwise I would have talked about it already. Yeah. So next time I will be talking about a film called Alter. Not The Altar, just Alter. I know nothing about, I said I knew nothing about the last two films. That's kind of a lie. I had at least read the little doodah at the bottom of the next Netflix page. For some reason, Alter doesn't even have one of those, which worries me a little. Maybe it just means it's new on their system, I don't know. Yeah, so that will be the next one that will be going up possibly tomorrow. It depends on what time, when I get around to seeing it, and hopefully if I have the chance to watch it tonight, I'll film this and it will go up. Actually, by the time this comes up, this will be... By the time I upload this, if you're watching this, this is probably Friday morning. So it will be either today or tomorrow. I'm hoping to get these out sort of once every couple of days. There are going to be points where I've got stuff to do, and so there might not be every couple of days. Some of them will be slightly more often. But we got a lot of movies to get through, guys. I don't even know. This is going to be an adventure. So yeah, I will see you next time for Alter, which will be the next dose of Blood, Guts and Pixie Dust. And up until then, bye. If I can find the stop